sewer is considered flush and forget, and nobody thinks about it till they don't have it. What we do here at the Upper Thompson Sanitation District is we take a product that is unstable and damaging to the environment, and we make it so that it returns one of our most valuable resources, water, back into the watershed that is used downstream. We're at the top of the environmental chain here, where you notice the environment a heck of a lot more. You're that close to the watershed. You see how all the wildlife evolves around Mother Nature and nature in general. And the people that live here in this valley, they value the environment. They value that quality of life. And I can speak to that because I've been here 45 years, living the dream.
I have had the privilege of raising my children here and interacting with the community. And so the best part about my role now is I'm able to work at Upper Thompson as we are serving my friends and neighbors and providing a very important service to the community that I've known for all these years. And that is really special in my heart. The vast service that we provide across the valley is really impactful.
A lot of people in this community understand the value of sanitary sewer service. If you saw what was coming in, what is flushed, and what we're putting out into the Big Thompson River, it's night and day. It's a miracle in my mind.
What we do is critically important. It essentially eradicated cholera, dysentery, typhoid in modern civilization. It's an extremely, extremely important role and task that we take very seriously. Before we do any treatment, it actually starts at everyone's home. That's all going down a very complex system of pipelines underground to make its way to further treatment. Step one is collecting all that in our collection system. Step two is once it gets to the wastewater treatment facility, it goes through a screening process to remove all the stuff that shouldn't be flushed, like rags and wipes. And from there, we go into secondary treatment. And secondary treatment, it's basically large tanks that have a lot of air pumped into them to just create the perfect environment to grow a microbiology that we call a biomass, consuming all of that organic matter that's coming into the plant. From there, we have to go through a secondary clarification process, going into big tanks that are a still environment that allow those solids to separate from the water and settle down to the bottom. That clean water is left, then goes on further to a filtration process where it gets even cleaner. Before we can put it back in the river, though, we still got to deal with pathogens, so we disinfect all the water before it goes into the river in that process. Upper Thompson is very dedicated to the work that we do and the quality of the effluent that we put out into the river. What we do is very, very important. We take it extremely seriously.
In the late 60s, there were many failing septic tanks and leach fields on the outskirts of town. Those leach fields were obviously degrading the watershed here in Estes Park, and something had to be done. After Upper Thompson was formed, we started providing sanitary sewer service to all of those areas on the outskirts of town.
We maintain 93 miles of sewer main and over 2,500 manholes. Our collection system spans much of the Estes Valley, so we have a pretty large system, and all that is conveyed throughout the town to our wastewater treatment facility here on Mall Road.
So the district was formed in 1971, which means we're over 50 years old, and that includes the majority of our equipment, especially in the wastewater plant.
The amount of dollars that it's going to be required to rehab that plant and the space to meet today's more stringent treatment standards, it's not capable of doing that. So therefore, we need to embark on building a new treatment facility that's going to serve this valley for the next 50 years and serve the treatment needs that are the upcoming regulations from the EPA and the Colorado Department of Health.
The work that Upper Thompson does here is so important to ensure a great future for clean water than everyone downstream. All the water we treat goes back all the way down to the plains.
The wastewater industry is the most heavily regulated utility of all the big utilities.
The laboratory role at Upper Thompson is important for assessing that water quality and making sure that the effluent that we send into the river is of the highest quality. We check the water quality of the effluent going out And we also check the quality coming in so that we can assess the removal that we are getting in the process. We also check to make sure that the process is working correctly, and so that we can diagnose any issues that may be arising.
Our vision is to have all the wastewater flow in the valley in one central location. Our current site is not capable. It's not expandable. We don't have enough room. The planning for this facility has been in the works for many years, and we knew this day would come as this treatment plant kept aging and the regs kept getting more stringent. We basically look at this like we have no choice. We have to do this. And the consequences of not doing it are far greater than doing it. So when you look at it from that kind of a lens, you understand that this has to happen, and it has to happen now. This new facility is going to take care of Estes Park, this whole valley, for the next 50 years. It has capability of expansion in terms of flow and loading, and it also has capability of adding that new modern technology that hasn't even been developed yet. And the new technology that we're putting in is going to be capable of filtering down to 0.04 microns before it goes into the Big Thompson River. That's more than a life straw. There's so much good in why we're here in the first place. Sure, we have to increase our rates to pay this debt service on the loans, but the value of the dollar is immense. You know, what you're getting on the return for that dollar, returns on your deposits. It's taken a lot of years of effort.
So when I think of the future of Upper Thompson Sanitation District, it excites me because I know that we are doing the right things to provide the service of taking care of our environment, which is our number one goal. And so as we move forward in our endeavors here, the stakeholders that we work with, I've known for years, and they are also leaders of the community, and we're all working together to make Estes Park continue to be that wonderful place that everyone loves. I have lived in Estes Park for 38 years.
This is the community I grew up in.
Been here since 1988.
My family has ties to the Estes Valley for generations.
Upper Thompson is our home, and we treat it right. And it's your home as well, so we treat it right. The community needs to know that we'll forever work hard and take care of their investment and guarantee that they'll have reliable, cost-effective wastewater treatment service for years to come.